Hi Capricorn, welcome to your energy reels. It's my pleasure to read for you, as you know. And also as you know, ding, also as you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't have to have any significant Capricornian placements in your chart for these messages to be for you. And you don't have to be watching this video at the time that it's being published for it to be for you. In fact, I would invite you to even come back in a few days after this is published. And I say that because I watch all of the videos that I publish, because obviously I'm channeling, and then after I'm done with the video, I'm like, what came through? And so whenever I go back and check, I take notes because it always comes to pass for me. So at the very least, I'm getting free guidance. Yay, thank you, God, right? So it really, really helps me. And sometimes I'll notice that what's occurring, let's say, for example, now, is what came through in one of the astro reels or one of the moon readings or one of the monthly readings. God, those monthly readings are so on it, right? But maybe it'll be from an energy reel from like a week or two ago. So this is energy, 1 minute, 11 seconds. So the way I personally consume collective readings like these is that I keep in mind the titles, because spirit will use the titles and keywords and such to really help me to know which video to go back to. It's like, oh, what didn't we talk about this back in February or just 2 weeks ago? And then I'll go look and boom, exactly what I need. The information that I need is right in there, and it's completely understandable. Why? Because the energy has manifested fully enough for me to really be like, oh, I appreciate this information that came through. Right? Sometimes when we just look at it when it's published, we may just look at it and we don't get the full flesh from it because things aren't completely manifested. So do your best to really keep in mind what comes through here. And I wonder why I mentioned all that. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe, well, obviously, maybe whoever this reading is for, you would do well to come back and look at it, because I think it will, something's got to unravel first. That's interesting. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Something in your life has got to unravel first. And I'm seeing this over the next 3 weeks unraveling for you. And don't get nervous. We don't know what it is. Neither of us knows what it is, right? None of us, because I'm assuming there's more than 2 people on here. None of us knows what it is. And so I just want to put it out there. When we get information, we don't go into fear mode. We go into, oh, that's interesting, I'll write it down. And then if it comes up and it's called back to my attention in my life, I will go back and look at it. But not to like ruminate, like, oh no, right? But something has to unravel first. And then I see, boom, your feet will be firmly on the ground. So whatever is going on for you in the next 3 weeks, that's why they said to come back to this. They had me use that whole few minutes to talk about that, which is fine, right? Because we all need it. Because right now, you can't really get as much out of this reading, or you can, but there's going to be additional messages later in about 3 weeks. And I see, boom, when your feet are on the ground, when you are out of whatever's going on, when things have unraveled and you can see more clearly. See, this is the first card that we get. This is about hidden information. It's about things not being clear to you as yet. And actually it came out like this, and when it did that, I kind of saw unraveling. And so I just want to let you guys know. All right, I'm being told that whatever this is that's going to unravel for you, it's going to be like an in and out kind of thing. So it's not, and I don't mean burgers like I wish, but I mean it's going to be what's another? It's clean. It's going to be clean cut, like one and done, in and out, clean cut. So it could be something as simple as, let's say you decide to close out a relationship. I'm not saying that this is it. I'm just giving an example. I know a lot of people watch for love, so I'm just giving this example. It's not going to be long and drawn out. It's just a matter of like, hey, can I pick up my stuff? And then your stuff is neatly arranged. Maybe in a safe place while the person's away at work. You can just come to the her balcony. Okay, balcony, sure. But I was gonna say porch. The porch, and just pick it up and you're gone. You didn't have to interact, nothing like that. It's just a clean cut, 4 minutes, 44 seconds. This could also be about something dissolving, but even if it's not as clean as you'd like, it dissolves in such a way that you're not left in confusion, or like you don't have bits and pieces left around for your egoic mind, trauma mind, all of this denial mind to kind of be like, well, maybe, like, no, right? It's going to be very clear for you in whatever area of your life this is. And I think, you know, we've all been through the mill before. We've all been hurt before. Whether it's in jobs, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in accomplishments that fell through. And I think by now at all of our ages, we all appreciate a one and done. You know, look at this. Look what you're sliding. I want to say sliding right into, but that's over here. You're going through along with temperance. Notice how you went like that. No, not me. I'm looking at your energy. It was like that. I wanted to go through, but I'm getting that you're going to get some helpers along the way. But I do see some of you being closed off. 5 minutes 55 to this. It's almost like, okay, thank you. I would invite you to take the advice or take the assistance along the way, because then, let's say you've passed through this advice, whatever it is that. For some of you, the advice is to get off of your devices. So maybe if you keep looking back at someone's page, or keep doing this or keep doing that online, it's going to make it harder for you to snap out of it, or just whatever's going on. But just continuing with that example from before. But like, let's say if you go through spirit and they're assisting you, then look, boom, boom. Then you can let go and then move on quickly. But if you skip that and you're like, I don't want to hear it, I want to keep doing this, I want to, you know, then you're possibly it's going to be harder for you to let go of whatever that thing is. Speaking of, look at this card. I know it's the Three of Wands. It signifies waiting for something, blah blah blah, but the way it's reading in this reading, is that he's letting go of something as opposed to holding on to something, right? So let's see what's coming after that, right? Yeah, so of course it may not be the easiest feeling inside of you, because there's this idea of having built something, right? And we see this Four of Coins, and then we see this Five of Coins. And then it's like this idea that, you know, you're leaving behind something that you built and this and that. But they're saying it's just one extra pentacle. You're seeing 5 pentacles, 5 coins in this building that you built, but when you look at your reality, you're only holding on to 3 and you've got 1 on your mind. So it's like 3 out of 5, it just isn't quite there, right? But they're showing that 3, 4, 5, see the 3 and a 4 and 5 is a step in the right direction. So yeah, is what I'm getting. What is this? Yeah, there's a Queen of Swords. And so letting go, right? Letting go in alignment with spirit, letting go. It can also become a little bit easier, understandably, when you have something else to look forward to. Interesting. I heard when you have someone else to look forward to. I don't know who that's for, but look at that. Ooh, don't play. Someone else. There's a King of Swords. Okay. Now, I hate to say this because sometimes people are like, "Aw," because I'm one of those people like, "Aw," but this Queen of Swords, who was just presented as possibly being able to move on to a King of Swords, something or someone that is more their match, it's starting to look as though this King of Swords is that Queen of Swords dressed up, right? As the King of Swords, 8 minutes, 44 seconds. That's 8 and 8, or quadruple 4s, however you want to look at it, right? And that's balance. That's balance. So something tells me that whatever it is that's going to be being released and unraveled for you, it's almost like removing a rug from under your feet. Notice I didn't say pulling a rug from under your feet. Think about just a rug that is no longer a rug that you need. It's old, it's battered, whatever, but it's your rug, right? It's going to be moved. Now, you could be moved with the rug and then you're like wobbling and all that, or you can just step off of the rug and then let the rug be rolled up and taken away. And once you step off of that rug, then you are in a different state of being. Now it's interesting because as I look down, I see this King of Swords representing you, the viewer, in whatever area of your life this is. It doesn't have to be anything relationship, like romance related, by the way. But whatever this is, look, It's replaced this Five of Pentacles lady who feels like she's out in the cold, like she's left something of value behind, right? And it's interesting because I'm seeing roses inside, and it's like and then I see these roses here. It's like they're saying it's still going to be there, but it's like, but it's not going to be yours. And it's like, watch how it flourishes under something else or under someone else. So I'm not quite sure what that is. Let's pull a card for that. Yeah, ending card, right? Yeah, and then I'm seeing like this addition of another pentacle, and it's like Six of Pentacles, like balance, like a contract closed. Now, let's say that at the end of the day, this is always going to be a relationship between you and you. And so the idea is when you leave behind someone or something, what is it that you think you're leaving behind? You may have a perception that you're leaving behind something, but you're leaving behind a form that was built upon energies that are no longer in alignment with you. And it's hard, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, when we have to say goodbye, or when we are said goodbye to by a certain form, a certain person, a place, a thing, a situation, or an idea. It's difficult because we've attached to the form. But let's say if all of the forms around us turned into just like molecules and matter that we can see, and there was no face and there was no story to go along with it, you would then see that, you know, some of those molecules, or whatever, let's just call it matter, some of that matter is no longer a vibrational match to you. It's falling away. It's being repelled by you, right? Or you're repelling it, and you're gravitating towards other stuff. That's all that's happening. The only thing is that we have come to love the form that we love. We put so much time and so much effort and so much meaning. And you know, A Course in Miracles teaches us very, very early on. In fact, in the workbook of A Course in Miracles, in the Atonement, the first lesson is literally that nothing that you see has any meaning except that which you give it, right? If I remember right, is that the first lesson? Anyway. And so once again, we come back to this idea of your beliefs and it's always going to be about a belief. Because when you believe in oneness and you understand that you are, then you understand that you're everything. So you're technically not leaving anything behind. There's technically no separation. And when you move on, let's pull it down in the field a little bit to this level. And when we move on, it's because, like I said, certain energies are no longer a vibrational match to you. A lot of these things that are leaving us because they're toxic, because we've evolved, because we've changed, we've shifted, we've taken on higher frequencies, and now the only thing that you're losing are the low frequency versions of whatever it is that you were clinging to. Is it a job? Is it a person? Is it a car or vehicle? Is it a home? What is it? You just cleared lower frequency energies that you're no longer a match to. So if somebody is leaving along with that energy, if something is leaving along with that energy, if some contract is leaving along with that energy, then if you close your eyes, boink, and just remember for a second, and I struggle with this 100%, but think about it. I'm just leaving the energy, and this person is finding themselves, or this opportunity or whatever is finding itself being taken out along with that energy, so they are a vibrational match to that energy that is toxic or that is no longer in alignment with me. But my belief system, my denial, my desires, my whatever are unable to see that person, for example, as toxic. But energy doesn't lie. Roll in to my office and we will show you the energy in a loving way over a hot beverage. But that's how it is. The energy doesn't lie. So when you see things leaving like that, and you know that the toxic stuff is leaving you, and you're like, oh, that person's leaving too, just even though you feel the grief, understandably, I know, I've been down for years with that kind of stuff. But we on some level have to remember, oh, that's because they are in alignment with that energy, which I no longer need. Mwah.